Thanks, Luis, for that connection. And I think now we are ready to dive into another practical example of today. We have dived into presentations about certifications. Now we heard about MS 165. We heard about the different aspects of certifications. We heard about the linking of what we are doing here to the certifications. Let's see now how one of the world leading hotel groups is doing this in practice. And I'm very happy to have Lena with me today. She is actually from the Western Turtle Bay Resort and Spa, and is a training and quality executive there. So Lena, great to have you with us today to talk a little bit about one project or one initiative that you as part of the Marriott International Group are putting forward. That's the Surf 360 initiative. So great that we are having you here today. It's a task of this webinar series here to invite leaders of the market to the stage. You definitely belong to the leaders. So very welcome, Lena, to the session today. And please take us a little bit into the logic of Surf 360 by Marriott International.
Thank you, Mr. Andreas. Good afternoon, everybody. I present myself like Mr. Andreas said, I'm Lena. And of course, you now know that I work for Westin. So I will be sharing my screen. I will be sharing only the mesh, and I will be talking about the Surf 360. I give you an overview of Marriott International. So let's start sharing. So this is the screen of Marriott Environmental Sustainability Hub. So you can have a look at it. But before that, I will be introducing what is Marriott. As you know, Marriott is an international brand. We have 30 brands. So Westin is part of this big family. And Marriott International has a strong focus on sustainability. And of course, it has a big investment in it as it really wants to reduce the impacts, environmental and social impacts. So one thing that we work with is 360 degrees. So 360 is really that 360 for us to tackle, to focus on every aspect of sustainability. One of them is it has 4 pillars, nurture. So one pillar of the 360 is nurture. So what is nurture is making communities a better place to live, work, and visit. And we have lots of initiatives when we talk about nurturing the communities, about community development, community engagement. So one of them is a disaster relief fund. As we know that we have natural calamities all over the world, and Mauritius is not excluded from that. We had torrential rains, and staff from our company has benefited, were impacted also, and they have benefited from this disaster relief fund. So really, Marriott want to have that kind of relief fund so that it helps the associates of Marriott, their families. Not only that, but also we have another program also where we donate to the community. One of them is that we work with La Case des Sports. One is school at Solitude. And there, when we work with, we collaborate with this school to provide them with items like foodie stuff and also stationery for the children. They are from disadvantaged family, and we are pleased to be part of that. And the idea of the school was having a store there to have lots of items, foodie stuff and items, they place in that store so that this vulnerable family can afford to buy it in more cheaper prices. So we were pleased to be part of these contributors. We contributed in this initiative. We decided to ask our associates, and they contributed to this in this initiative. We have also the Unicef. We are a contributor of Unicef. So we work, UNICEF had a project, wash, water, sanitization, and hygiene. So whatever initiatives as Marriott Mauritius we were doing, the fund goes to this project. The project is to provide clean water for these children. Before sending them to school, they need to have a healthy upbringing. So we're providing clean waters for these children. And of course, there were lots of initiatives like Road to Awareness, poker nights, cooking classes, fundraising dinners. So all these initiatives went to the funds went to this project. So one of these nurturing the world is this project. We also work with a school in Arsenal. There is a government school in Arsenal. So for our launching of Serve 360, the leaders and they went to clean and do maintenance and painting, of course, with the engineering team of the school. So we refer giving that school a new look. So as children are they are very happy to come to the school. So this is the way that we provide support to this school. And of course, for vulnerable, every year uh, we have contact with NGOs, and then we provide 4 to 5 vulnerable families with clothes and foodie stuff. Of course, we know that the age of the children there, and then we separate all these belongings. So then we go to visit the vulnerable families and provide them with these foodie stuff and, of course, the clothes. So this is how we engage with the community. We develop the community of, and also we have before the lockdown we had one youngster from the vulnerable family who we welcome whom we welcome in the Western Turtle Bay, because she was from a vulnerable family, so she completed her study, and then our HRs say that okay, we can provide her with an internship. We also provide apprenticeship for school students. So when they are in grade 12, and then they want to decide if they want to join the hospitality industry. And this is the way that we provide them these kind of 3 to 4 days of exposure in the hotels, so then they can decide if they want to be in the hospitality industry. So this is the kind that we engage with the community. And then we have sustainable operations. In sustainable operations, we work with the local farmers, right? We Western Turtle Bay, the brown Western itself, it has 6 pillars of well-being. So its focus is really healthy lifestyle. So our 6 pillars of well-being, we have eat well, play well, sleep well, feel well, move well. So in these well-being lifestyle, we provide lots of things that we want our associates and the guests also. They
Maybe you lost you for a moment, Lena. Unfortunately, I think I cannot hear her, Lena, now. I think we lost her on the connection. Maybe she comes back in a second. Katika, you can also not hear her.
No.
Okay.
Let me check.
Unfortunately. Okay. It happened 1 or 2 times in the coaching, so must be on the connection. But normally it's in 1 or 2 minutes. Well, that's a pity. Then we lost her for that. She was just diving into that because I really like the focus, the connection of the KPIs with a well-being. So the connection about personal well-being to the KPIs of setting up, that's very interesting. And if you looked at the mesh overview, what you also have seen, there is an indicator, for example, on energy, that you compare the energy that you use to do air conditioning to a square meter that is air conditioned. So that's a very good indicator if you want to do benchmarking between the 7,000 hotels that are part of Marriott. So there are a lot of very good examples inside of that. And maybe she comes back in a second to talk about that.